Item number SCP-1034. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1034 is to be contained in a passcode-protected safe when not in use. Foundation personnel handling SCP-1034 are required to wear EN-388-XX44 rated gloves. In the event of accidental skin contact or puncture, the affected subject must be restrained, and SCP-1034 wrested from subject's possession. If subject was cut at any point, SCP-1034 must be immediately rinsed and sterilized. Description: SCP-1034 consists of a rusted semicircular suture needle 5 cm in cord length and a spool consisting of twine approximately 1 mm thick. If the thread is removed from the needle, a second spool appears, with the end of the twine threaded through the eye of SCP-1034. This only occurs when the needle is not under direct or recorded observation. SCP-1034 was discovered and filed as evidence by blank PD pursuant to the arrest of serial killer blank. Agents were alerted to possible anomalous activity when a blank PD forensics agent was found dead in the same manner as the victims of blank, despite the latter being held in custody. Initial Foundation interviews with blank described SCP-1034 and its effects in some detail, allowing for safe retrieval. Blank was later recruited as D-3826 and interviewed a second time. The contents of the second interview are displayed in Addendum 1334-01, D3826 interview. When the skin or blood of a human, hereby referred to as the subject, makes contact with SCP-1034, the subject loses control of all voluntary bodily functions except facial muscles, lungs, and vocal cords. The subject then begins suturing all facial orifices, beginning with the mouth and progressing to the eyes, ears, and nose. The sutures are loose enough for the subject to breathe through his or her mouth and remain conscious during the entire process. After the process is completed, the subject returns SCP-1034 to the location where contact was first made and remains in a sitting or standing position corresponding to the original position of the subject. The subject then begins to perspire until all moisture has been exuded from the body. If death has not already occurred, the subject dies of dehydration during this period. When handled with gloves or some other barrier between the skin and needle, the effects of SCP-1034 do not manifest. If the needle has penetrated the epidermal layer of the skin, the effects of SCP-1034 remain active until all blood has been removed from the needle. See Addendum 1034-2. Test log for more details. Bodies that have completed the entire process have a skin consistency comparable to leather and have shown significant resistance to decomposition. The skin of the bodies displays hydrophobic properties after the transformation. The skin also displays limited absorption of oils and is most receptive to blank, which was found in large quantities in the basement of blank at the time of its arrest. Autopsies of the Brain Motor Control Center revealed data expunged. The bodies pose no threat aside from minor anomalous behavior, noted in Addendum 1034-02 Test log. Addendum 1034-01 D-3826 Interview. Hello, D-326. Please sit down.
Hello, Doc.
How did you come in possession of SCP-1034?
The needle and thread. Oh, that's a funny story, Doc. I didn't always have that needle. I used to have it to do things the old-fashioned way.
Please answer the question.
Found it on one of my work tables with a note on it.
And what did the note say?
Enjoy. And did I ever? I can still feel them. You know, more than the old ones. I could look at them and still hear them every scream, every plead for.
That's not relevant. How did you learn the effects of SCP-1034?
I threw it to one of my girls and told her to start sewing her mouth shut. And she started doing it. That bitch was squealing like a fucking pig. And she started doing it.
And how did you know to give that command? Answer the question.
You look good as a doll, Doc.
I think this interview has outlived its usefulness. You'll receive your first assignment in a few hours. Addendum 1034-03 D-3821 Interview. Explain what you felt when you held SCP-1034.
I couldn't stop. I couldn't. It wasn't me. I couldn't stop.
Did you experience any sensations when holding it?
Every stab. I could feel every stab. I kept sewing and I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop. And it was keeping me.
Keeping you?
Keeping me. It wanted to keep me.
Interesting. When you entered the room with other subjects, why did you scream?
I could see them, and they were screaming, and I knew it wanted me back.
See them? Did you regain eyesight?
I could feel them. I could feel them, and they couldn't stop either. They couldn't stop. I don't want to go back there. Please don't make me go. I don't want to go back.
D-3821 continued to repeat the phrase, "I do not want to go back." It would not answer further questions. D-3821 was returned to a cell and terminated at the end of the month without incident.